why don't we just go on over to the berry patch and have a look? Here's some raspberries, or pardon me, these are wine berries. And we cut those back really heavily last year, and look at all these berries, considered to be an exotic invasive plant. In our last adventure in the berry patch, we looked at how to trellis these thornless blackberries, and these are triple crown blackberries. And then early to mid-March, after the worst of the cold weather was over, we came in here and pruned back any dead wood on these berry plants, any winter damaged wood, and took the laterals, usually back to around 10 or 12 inches. You can see here's where we pruned this lateral back in this past March. And you can see what's happening. We've got a lot of berry production going on here now. Within about a month or so, they should be starting to ripen off. Right now it's early June. So we wanted to look at these plants and evaluate how they're doing and look at what we might do now in early summer to encourage them to, to continue to be productive plants. So these woody canes that you see right here, a flora cane, the second year cane. And you can see they're loaded up with berries. And then if you look, here come the prima canes. These are the canes that just emerged in the springtime and have been growing quite vigorously. You see that stem diameter is really nice on these right now. They're really growing really quite vigorously. We gave them a early spring fertilization to help them be nice and vigorous, and so we need to manage them at the same time that we've got berry production coming on these flora canes, or the second year canes. So basically all we need to do on these right now is basically take the terminal leaders out of them, apical tips, and that'll encourage lateral branching, so we'll get more branching lower on the plants, and the more branches, the more fruit we'll have the following year. So we're doing this tip pruning on them right now, and then in the a little bit later in the summer, as those lateral branches grow more, we'll prune more of those tips off, and we'll also attach them to the trellis wires. Here's another one coming up right here. So we basically just take the tips. They break right off really quite easily. And so that's about all we need to do right now. Now, after these flora canes, which are developing fruit right now, finish fruiting, we're going to cut them completely off. Look at this big old prima cane. This thing's honking. That stem diameter's almost as big as my thumb. So on this prima cane, what we're going to do is we're going to break that tip off. And that's going to encourage these lateral buds to go ahead and develop. They would have probably developed on their own, but that'll just speed them along and ensure that we get a nice lateral development. And when those laterals grow out 12, 15 inches, we'll come back in and we'll pinch prune the tips off of them too. This is kind of growing out into the aisle a little bit. And one of the things with this trellis system is you really want to keep your aisles open. There's even the possibility of growing some other crops in the aisles too. So you don't want to let the blackberries spread too far. So for now, what we're going to do is just bring this over and get it in there so it's kind of held in place by that trellis wire a little bit. And there's another one. These are going pretty much upright, but we'll just put it on the other side of that trellis wire for now. It's going to still get plenty of light. You can see these plants are going to be loaded with berries this year. This is, I think, they were planted about 2.5 years ago. And this year these plants are going to be putting on, I would guess, between 1 gallon and 2 gallons of blackberries each. That's a lot of blackberries. I can't wait.